All right, have and have not fans. Now, I actually have three different top five videos that I'll be doing today, and I haven't done top videos in a while, so this should be fun. Now, keep in mind that these videos will all be opinion based as opposed to, what I'm looking at what every other fan is trying to, pretty much saying to me. But really, it's just a matter of what I would like to happen in the series moving forward. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, even though a lot of us do want it to happen. So yes, even though these are opinion based videos, I feel like a lot of people might agree with my standpoint. So for this first one, this is my, kind of in honor of Blackish getting its second spinoff series. I know there's Blackish, then there's Grownish, and then I think they're coming out with Mixedish, which Tinker Sumner's going to be in. So I'm thinking for the haves and the have-nots, what if they did like spinoff kind of series, if you will. And I'm not counting the play as a spinoff, even though the haves and have-nots was a play before the series came out. And I'm not going to count movies because, well, I wouldn't count that as a spinoff. It's just technically it would be a spinoff if the movie turned into like a mini franchise or what, who cares? But in any case, I'm talking about strictly TV series, okay? So I have five listed here, and five being the one that I would least want to happen, and then the top number one being the one that I would really like to happen above anything else. So once again, just my opinion. Be sure to list in the comment section below any ideas that you would like for a spinoff series, and it could be like, I want to see what would happen if this character went here or a couple characters went there, anything like that. So after listening to my list, you might get an idea of where I'm coming from. Number five, have a future series. What do I mean by a future series? Have the show jump maybe 3 to 5 years in the future, and then the series will take place from there. You're probably wondering, well, damn, that actually is kind of like Avengers Endgame, where they make a 5-year time jump. Kind of do the same thing with the halves, if you would like, where the characters end up, which ones go to jail, which ones are dead. What if Charles at that time had already served his first term as president? Did he win his re-election run? What happened to that? Does Veronica have a grandchild at that point? There are so many things that I would like to see happen that we probably won't see happen anytime soon due to the fact that the show moves so damn slow. So it will be very interesting to see what would happen over the course of the series if it did jump maybe 3+ years. I'm just saying that'll be very interesting to see happen. So number five is just a spin-off series or a continuation of the haves and the have-nots, but after a time skip. Number four, and I've done at least 4 videos on this, a Malone spin-off series. A series all about the Malone family, about maybe, I feel like the series could start off as a prequel series, kind of breaking down how it got started with flashback episodes and whatnot. And then as season 1 of that series goes on, you can kind of, go behind the scenes of, yeah, while all this major stuff was happening in the haves and the have-nots, Mama Rose was helping out Jim. That doesn't mean there are a lot of other operations going on within the Malone family. I mean, you have the Malones being mentioned in the movie. Yes, I am referencing a movie. I'm not saying the Malones becomes a movie. Medea's witness protection program. Then, of course, Secret Service and whatnot are saying that the Malones are dealing with terrorist organizations and whatnot. So the Malone family has its own intertwining universe, if you will, within the haves and the have-nots. They're kind of like in the attic, or excuse me, they're in the basement of the main story. But that doesn't mean the basement doesn't have a lot of space for different connections to possibly If Loving You Is Wrong, the Medea franchise, dealing with organizations overseas. Hell, didn't Brad and Eddie serve in Iraq together or Afghanistan during the war? So, you can have Malone agents dealing with, arms dealings and whatnot overseas, while having like a If Loving You Was Wrong-esque flashback where you have Eddie and Brad there. Once again, you could see a lot of parallels and potential in a Malone series. Number 3, speaking of If Loving You Is Wrong, why not have like a crossover series? I mean, this series could be like what I was hinting at on the Tyler Vision streaming service, where you can have If Loving You Is Wrong, have and have not crossover episodes. Or maybe when I say crossover, you don't even have to have every single character. It could just be like Justin, a police officer, going over to that neck of the isn't it called Maxineville or something like that? The town that If Loving You Is Wrong takes place in. I don't know if they said it's in Georgia, but let's just pretend it's in Georgia because hell, the haves and the have-nots and If Loving You Is Wrong is on the same lot on Tyler Perry Studios. So I think it would be cool if they show that these places are connected. You know, like once again, Malone's possibly being arrested or dealing with people on that side of town. Justin being a police officer, meeting up with Lucian and whatnot to exchange files on a case. You know, Marcy selling houses. Maybe she sold some property on the haves and the have-nots before, you know, excluding when she was Darcy, the nice girl from church. And there are so many potential possibilities. And another crossover-esque idea, you could take a couple characters from each show and then put them in their own. I mean, if you want to make a Nickelodeon comparison, when iCarly and Victorious ended, you had Ariana Grande from Victorious and Sam from iCarly in their own show, Sam and Cat. So you can kind of do the same thing with the haves and the have-nots and If Loving You Is Wrong. So number 3, crossover S series. Number 2, once again, another series I've preached about, White House. Charles's term in the White House. You can have him and Candace, or you can do some storylines about, you know, Charles's run as a senator, kind of a prequel-esque kind of thing, or the current administration, what the current president was up to and things he was doing. But I think they could actually work a lot better if you had a strictly scandal-like series where Charles and Candace are in the White House. You got Jeffrey Owens' character there as well, Landon too, dealing with, you know, the ins and outs of being a president where pretty much everyone in the White House is against you. Maybe the Obamas could make a cameo appearance in a couple episodes. You never know. I think that'll be very, very cool. And then the number 1 is prequel. And when I say prequel, I mean a prequel series to the haves and the have-nots. And the thing about it is, the only thing restrictive of the prequel series is that it lines up with the show, continuity-wise. I mean, this series can have time jumps until the end of the series where you can have young Hannah, young Jim, and young Veronica and whatnot. You can have episodes of them growing up and, you know, making time jumps to when they were in law school, when Hannah got cancer, when Catherine met Jim in high school, when when Wyatt was at the Bible camp, when Candace met Quincy, the current president, and, you know, the things he was doing shady in the office. Not back to the Malones, you know, that court case that Jim had where he let the Malones off, which I do believe, even though it wasn't confirmed, that was Jennifer Salison's first big case that Jim pretty much brushed aside. And I do believe she was up against the Malones in that situation, which would have established their rivalry with each other. And I can go on for days about all the different things a prequel series could do. You can bring back characters who have been killed off for flashback sequences. It is so possible for this to happen. So once again, number 5, a future S series. Number 4, a Malone series. Number 3, a crossover series. Number 2, a White House series. And number 1, a prequel series. So let me know your spin-off ideas for the haves and the have-nots. Not saying season 7 is the final season. It kind of looks that way. But I'm just saying that the haves and the have-nots doesn't have to indefinitely end because Tyler Perry has so many different ways he could bring the series back if he wanted to. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any new content, and I'll talk to you soon. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps, $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.